You see? Cows! They're so close and they're looking at me like I'm stupid. What's up, you guys? Chet Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all with another fun-filled vlog here in the state of Tennessee. Now, as you all notice, like in many of my videos, we are out in the middle of nowhere. Actually, we are not far in Clarksville, Tennessee, but today we are here to see the remains of Windham's, I believe it's Windham's statues in Palmaria. And in order to start this story, we must go through this gated fence right here to this little abandoned house that might look very old, but really it was built in 1952. You see, in 1887 there was a man by the name of ET Wickham. And anyway, ET Wickham, his father died while he was very young. He was about the age of 9, and he had to take care of his family. But as E.T. Wickham got older, he and his wife decided it was time to size down. He had himself a few kids. They just wanted to go. But when they did this, in 1952, they built this log cabin right here. And in this log cabin, E.T. Wickham would build a garden. And from this garden, he would begin to build a statue of the Virgin Mary. And from the Virgin Mary, he would go to build other individuals from the biblical accounts, different biblical stories. You see, E.T. Wickham, he was Catholic. And in the remains of this home, this is where he and his wife lived for many, many years. As you can tell, there's really not a whole lot left. Just a lot of corrosion, a lot of structure damage. Quite honestly, this could possibly disappear any day now. But another fun fact while we're telling the story of this interesting man and these pieces of folk art that he created, these logs right here, these logs from were from when he cut down a tree when he was 15 years old. And if you put that's early 1900s. So needless to say, he did what he wanted to do with this house. I'm honestly still a little bit surprised that we have the doors still standing, and rocks, and more rocks. Probably from the days of when he was building his statues. I have found some of what is left of these structures. That does look like cannon. And behind here, we have the statue of the Virgin Mary. His very first artifact. Now, as I was saying, E.T. Wickham, he was Catholic. But this is only one of the things that he built. You see, E.T. Wickham built over 30 of these creations. This is just one of them. And that is quite impressive. And here amongst the rubble, we also have another remainder of one of the statues. One of the many things that E.T. Wickham was known for was the arch that he had built right outside in front of his house. And this is the archway right here. Now, I was reading in an article that there was some kind of dog or fox that guarded the outside of the archways, but honestly, I'm not seeing it. So I guess we'll go across the street and I'll show you a few of the big ones that he built. Now as we cross the road, we will come to some of E.T. Wickham's bigger structures that he had. He built oxes, he built well, statues to memorialize his lost loved ones, effigies of Andrew Jackson. But there is a very big reason why these statues fell to the wayside so horribly when E.T. Wickham passed away. You see, E.T. Wickham, he was an avid liberal. And since there was a lot of conservative views and mindsets in this area at the time, really, locals, they didn't think too highly of him. I kind of wonder where these two bricks, or not bricks, statues or concrete slabs once went to. But it is very sad. But in a way, I could see why they did this, because in that time frame, many years ago, there was still a lot of Reconstruction going on. If I'm not mistaken, Reconstruction in the South was going on up until like the 1920s. So 1970, with this being more rural, I can kind of see why these statues got torn down and vandalized so horribly. And it does look like we have some kind of foundation. Foundation of some kind of house, maybe even some kind of gas station of some sort. More than likely probably a house, because you can see what's left over from a chimney and some kind of silo. Well, I should say wellspring. Actually, that's really cool, but let's step away from that because I don't want to fall in. Dude, look at the size of these things. I know you all can't read it via, well, what in this foreground of the camera, but these things are literally gigantic. This one stands about 15 feet tall. This one stands about 20 feet tall. And I really do not know what is etched in these bricks, these rocks. Honestly, it looks like there's too much graffiti. People have really damaged these, which really sucks. And let me see, I'm trying to figure out who this one to. It looks somewhere military related, because you can see that he's got some kind of missile that he's carrying on. Wait, I guess Charles Shelton, Richard Evans. Not sure if that rings a bell. And what do we have here? Hidden in the brush. Yes, there is one more statue. If I'm not mistaken, I think this one was I think the one dedicated to Paul Bunyan and his legacy of heroes. Again, if you find like older pictures of this, at one time all these were painted. Which, darn, it would have been so cool to see Babe, the blue ox, actually blue instead of, well, concrete brown. Okay guys, if y'all thought that was awesome, about 1.5 miles away, E.T. Wickham, he also had more structures. So we're gonna drive down the road about 1.5 miles and we're gonna check these out. Oh my goodness. Right as we pulled up to the other statues, there are nothing but cows surrounding them. You see? Cows. They're so close and they're looking at me like I'm stupid. That's because I am. This is something I didn't intend on, you guys. I did not think that there'd be a lot of cows and they're running from me. Or maybe they'll be cool with me. I don't know. Hello, cows. But anyway, guys, let's get back to the man, the myth, the legend, E.T. Wickham. So far, we have one right there. And we also have, I think that was 2 of his family members, I think. I'm honestly not sure. And looks like, oh, what does it say here? I can't really read it. Maybe it was an effigy to the end of the Civil War, maybe? Huh. And looks like we have just a pair of boots right here. Oh, looks like it kind of tells you what it was. W.D. Hudson, Mayor, County Judge, Public Service Commission, Little Command 2, Area TVA. Well, I guess he was only half a man. Get it? It's because he's only half a man. And I'm guessing this is the remains of maybe some kind of fairy tale, because you can see buttons on it right there. And well, that guy, that's only shoes, so which kind of partially sucks. But let's keep walking and let's keep looking. I kind of wonder how close they'll let me get, because they are looking at me very strangely. Nah, they... Hello, pretty cow. Okay. Y'all run along now. I'm not here to harm you guys. You're a pretty cow. Moo. Yes, I am thoroughly amused at how close these cows are letting me get to them. If only they had let me pet them. But they're looking at me very curious like. They're like, what is that guy doing with a GoPro? Isn't that right, Mr. Cows? Moo? Moo moo? Okay, they're not too enthused. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that one is the Liberty Bell. There's really not a whole lot left of it. And if I'm not mistaken, by the way, that looks like Abraham Lincoln. Although it says Austin Pay, so that's not Abraham Lincoln. And if you're curious to know more about John Wickham or Wickham or ET Wickham, I feel like I keep pronouncing his name wrong. That kind of talks about some of his story. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this one is, that one's Robert E. Lee. This one right here, this statue, is probably the most well-known. If you look at E.T. Wickham's Google images, this is usually the one that shows up. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was his prized bull, I think. In the picture in the foreground, this is what it used to look like back when it was painted, back in the 1960s, 1970s. I mean, but really, all of this is just very, very sad that all of this has gone to the wayside over the years. I've been wanting to go to this one for a very long time. Actually, how I found out about E.T. Wickham's statues was from a little known book. Well, I shouldn't say little known, it's pretty decently known. That is Weird, Tennessee. It is a book kind of culminating, basically a compilation of all the sites in Tennessee, the state of Tennessee, of places that are just off the beaten path, stories that are lesser known, places that are just really kind of hard to get to. And like I said, when I first read about this place in 2012, I had to see it. At the time, I didn't have a car, but then I had a car but no job, and then I had college, which, well, took about 8 years. But you guys, this has been a really fun vlog, a really great place, and I'm glad I came out of here. And I made some friends along the way. But anyway, guys, thank you all for staying posted, staying tuned. Remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Always means a lot and goes to show that y'all care. So without further ado, vlog over.